Going live. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing No More Room in Hell 2 on the GTX 1650, RTX 3050, 3060 and 4060. How are you guys doing? Welcome. How's it going? I'm not sure if I was live when I said that. This is the first time I hit go live, but on OBS directly instead of on YouTube. Ignore what I just said. So thanks to Turnbanner Studios for providing a code of the game. The game released 45 minutes ago. And well, what to say? If you never played the original, it's a free game. So the original, I played it 6 years ago for 40 minutes because I couldn't find players or something like that. I don't remember much of it. What I do know is that right now you can play it for free. It's basically a Half-Life 2 mod. So yeah. The original is from Lever Games. From No More Room in Hell team. And this new one, it's from Turnbanner Studios, including the developer. So I'm not sure if they took over or something. But this game was announced in 2016, so it's been 8 years since originally announced. Hey guys, Gustavius, Memento Mori, Mr. Pretty, Quiet Gamer, Zinky, AQZ Lascar. How's it going, guys? Thanks for coming. So No More Room in Hell 2, it was again announced in 2016. I'm guessing it was in literally development hell. And it basically swapped hands here and there, I'm guessing. This is Unreal Engine 5. I'm guessing the first time they showed it, it was Unreal Engine 4 and they changed it. And it's an early access game. It's $30 right now, so hopefully it has a good amount of content. So let's check the requirements and also what the roadmap is, because early access, you know how it goes. Darth Decimus, Duster, Commissioner Q. Is this like a zombie wave game? Let's find out. Non-skippable intro. How to skip the intro? Hang on. Okay. So let me first remove the intro very quickly, because otherwise that will take a lot of time of the stream. Content, movies, UI, intro movie. Okay, let's see how long the intro is. The intro is 1.5 minutes. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Let's grab a sample video or something. Let's edit this with a clip jump before jumping in. Almost 12k players, that's awesome. But let me replace this with a shorter video because I'm not sitting for 90 seconds. I mean, that's cool, but at the same time, let me save it to my computer. Yeah, the first thing I do when new games come out, sorry about the delay. I don't even remember where I put it. There we go. Okay, so I made this shorter. Yeah, the first game was good. Let's put it as backup. Okay, so I replaced the intro movie with something that lasts 1 second, so we don't have to watch 90 seconds of that. Before I go into it, yeah, there's 12,000 players. That's awesome. That's a good sign. Oh, dude. Okay. Here we go. Out now of early access, roadmap. In development. This is what matters. Hey, Benjamin. So in development, new responder respawn, infection system, new weapons, new zombies, stability improvements and bug fixes, performance improvements, difficulty improvements, UX UI, ideas in concept, all this. Okay, and listening to our feedback. So this is what they're planning. And let's see the requirements very, very quickly. Okay, i5 6600, that's pretty light. Same with the Ryzen 3 1200. So on the GPU, I don't know what the Ryzen 5 5500 GT is. 16 GB of RAM or 12, okay. 1650, good, that's the one that we have right now. The game launched with server issues, gotcha. RX 570 or Intel RX 580, and recommended 2070 or a 5700 XT. 35 GB of space, that's not a lot, and 1080p 30 on low graphics with performance super sampling. So, okay, that's not a good sign. 30 FPS on 1080p with performance super sampling, so 50% resolution. And this one is for 1080p 60 on high with quality. When they put upscalers in the requirements, I'm a little bit scared. Okay, this is UE5, by the way. Yeah, it's 1080p, it's 540p internally. Okay, easy anti-cheat. So UE5, easy anti-cheat. Let's see how the performance goes. Yeah, it's funny that they put 1080p 30 Hz. What the hell? Yeah. But hey, the 1650 is marked as the minimum requirement, so that's a good sign, at least. But it's the first time I launched the game. Okay, it worked. Editing the... Which video? The intro video? So first thing I will tell the developers, make the first video skippable. As you can see there, I just put a 3-second video in. Crosshair, yes. Crosshair for firearms, for melee weapons I don't need it. For consumables I don't need it. Okay, oh, this is all the development stuff. Okay, enjoy the early look at the upcoming No More Room in Hell as we get the opportunity to craft its 1.0 release together. So definitely early access, that's good. How to play. No More Room in Hell is intended to be extremely challenging. It will take everything you have to survive. Okay, every mission puts your responder at risk of dying. Okay, like an instruction shooter. Keep them alive to unlock more powerful skills. Be careful you start alone and vulnerable. Use your compass, blah blah blah. Avoid zombies, conserve your ammo. Okay, close doors behind you and use barricades. Okay, that's interesting. Q for flashlight, C for compass, M for map, tab for inventory, middle click to ping. Alright. Sounds like an interesting premise, not gonna lie. I don't know where the options menu is. Oh, there we go. Options, graphics. Okay, so we got low by default, medium high, very high, and ultra. Let's start with medium-ish settings, and let's disable the audio. The music, better said. No voice chat. Toggle sprint, yes. Toggle crouch, yes. Toggle compass, yes. Okay. Resolution, I'm at 1440p right now. Duh. Low, I'm getting 40s in the main menu. I was at 1440p. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, FSR 3.1, XeSS, TSR. Let's try FSR 3.1 at quality. There's a sharpening filter. Okay, this is good options so far. Low latency mode, we're not touching that. Frame generation. Okay, there's a lot of interesting options. That's good to see. What about graphics? Let's stay, as I said before, on medium. Let's put everything on medium and see how the game handles itself. There's even gore quality. Ambient occlusion, lens flares, yeah, no motion blur and no chromatic aberration. Thank you very much. So this is 1080p medium. FSR 3.1 quality. And let's see how it goes. Okay, already in the menu, I'm getting 20 FPS. And thank you so much to H3RX9 for the €5 donation. Thank you so much, man. He says, let the performance testing begin. Excited to see results. Thanks for delivering such quality content. I was providing value. Truly appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that a lot. That's very generous. Thank you so much. So first impressions in the menu are bad. I mean, 20 FPS in the menu. I'm also seeing textures not loading. That's not a good look. But we're on version 0.1.1. So before I do anything, let's stay on low for now. Let me see if there is anisotropic filtering. No, there's not. Okay. The low preset. Okay, we jumped 10 frames ahead. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. But we'll see. Sometimes the menus, like in Call of Duty, drop some frames when you're in the character's selection screen. Yeah, I mean, the first game came out in 2011. And this game actually was announced in 2016. So I'm pretty sure they jumped from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, then swapped developers. Also, by the way, my CPU is maxed out. We're probably compiling shaders, so that's a good sign. Let's see if there is stutter struggle on this one. 1650 can only do low, no choice. Yeah, I mean, it's the minimum requirements. They are saying that you need performance FSR on low settings for 30 FPS, but I'm guessing they are a little bit exaggerated. We'll see. Oh, and the game crashed. Oof. GPU crash dump. Okay. I launched the game and it crashed. Thanks. Let's try that again. Not a good sign. Maybe it was because I changed the settings, I don't know. Let's see if it saved my settings. Also, funnily enough, it says account name level 999. So the servers are probably being not good right now. Let's try that again. Yeah, the minimum requirements should be the minimum requirements, so we'll see what happens. That's funny. But I've been changing settings here and there, so maybe that made it unstable. Happens on some UE5 games. They fill your VRAM, you change a setting, they crash. So let's see what happens. Hopefully not another crash. Although VRAM is already full, so... yeah. I'm just asking for no stutter. Please don't crash. Oh my god, it crashes. No. Okay. Let me try something else. Let's go. First of all, let me turn off the overlay. Sí, tal cual, Monty. Yeah, guys, second crash so far. We're going to try something else later, but first I'm going to try no overlay. So I just close the overlay. Some games maybe triggers the anti-cheat. It shouldn't. Let me check the graphics again. 1080p, yeah, we're on the lowest settings. Let's put it on performance FSR. Maybe even, let's put it on TSR actually. TSR, oh, okay. I think it was because I didn't create my responder. What the hell? Okay. I was ready discharged but still driven by a sense of service. Practicing since childhood, you earn a fourth dan in karate. Yeah, definitely. Okay. That's funny. I think that was supposed to show up the first time I launched the game. Maybe it was a server issue, actually. Maybe, I'm just guessing over here, maybe the game didn't make a character for my account. So it crashed when I tried to go in. That's just a guess, of course. And now we're back at 20 FPS. I don't know what's going on here. This is weird. Anyway. In my VFSR, try DLSS. There is no DLSS actually for 16 cards. Yeah, if it crashes again, we're trying DX11. You can force DX11 on some UE4 and UE5 games. We'll see. I'm guessing it's a server issue because my character, it allowed me to choose a character, to make one, better said. I think the resolution did reset though, yeah. Something did happen. Okay. Again, if it crashes here, we're doing DX11. Should help us when it comes to VRAM consumption. Let's see. Any frame gen? Yeah, there is frame gen. FSR3 frame gen. So at least they are up to date when it comes to upscalers. But again, here we're at the lowest, the minimum requirements. So it should at least, I don't know, work. Okay, I'm listening to something. Okay, there's sound. That's a good sign. Yeah, UE5 with less than 6 gigs of VRAM, he's asking for a bad time. I agree. Good time. Yeah, the DX11 thing is a good idea. I don't know if that will limit me in some way to access their servers, but we're going to try it, yeah. But it's still loading. But the difference now is that I can actually hear the environment. That's an extra that we didn't have before. There's a loading bar behind me, not a bar, an icon. There we go, we're in. And it crashes? Oh, okay. I had to allow access to my networks. Thank God, I thought it crashed again. Oof.
CRC actual to responder open frequency. There is an emergency situation at the power plant. Repeat. Emergency situation
the menu
at the power
definitely
plant.
runs worse
Hostile contact sighted.
than the actual game so far. The map is pretty big. Although it looks bad on low, but kinda makes sense, right? Lowest. Let's go low on those textures. Okay. Ooh, that's way better.
Remote security locks are active at the power plant and require a manual override to disengage. 2 overrides
Low
are in your area, and activating either
textures.
one will unlock the plant's
Okay.
power gate. Stand by for locations on these 2 overrides.
Let's see if it stays that way. Now we got reflections.
Okay, guess there's no use sticking around.
Okay, so the game actually works. Maybe it was a server issue because I couldn't make my character. And also the flashlight casts shadows. F is to hit stuff.
Oh, look at that.
I can mark things. Also, there's co-op up to 8 players, so this is definitely a survival thing. Uh-oh. What happens if I shoot one of them right away? Okay, a stutter. That's great. Great first impression. First headshot, there's already a stutter. Oopsie daisy. The servers are suffering from the lack of games. What? Yeah, that was definitely a shader stutter. Also, the textures take some time to load, but this is kind of the norm in UE5 so far. We're going to try DX11 to remedy this. That's usually a good way to measure that.
Should be enough bullets for now.
Oh, there's another player. What the hell? Hi there. Don't kill me. There's a zombie behind you, by the way. Whoever you are. Is there controller support? I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Before I die... Okay, I'm not seeing anything regarding controllers. If there's no controller support, that's absolute BS. Hang on, I have a controller over here. Ugh. I mean, Unreal Engine has a thing that already puts controllers working right away. So I have to go this way.
This is CRC Actual. Exercise caution inside the local bar. The location was repurposed as a shelter, then went silent. Attempts to re-establish contact have been unsuccessful.
¿De qué trata el juego? Es como un extraction shooter survival de zombies. Ooh, I think I broke my legs. Okay, I also have melee, that's good. Stutter Engine 5. Yeah, so far I got one stutter.
CRC Actual to responder open channel. Intel indicates the farmhouse likely contains survival equipment. Recommend
When I did the
investigation.
first headshot, I got a stutter. Okay, and I can go around this? Yes, I can. Let's go get some supplies. Although, so far, we're better off than the minimum requirements stated. The minimum requirements are a 1650, but they said that you need performance FSR on the lowest settings. We're at 1080p medium with quality FSR. That is something different. I don't know what happens with more players, but... Okay, my character is getting super tired. Okay, there's more zombies. Let's pretend they're not there. Yeah, there's also spiky frame times. I'm thinking if I can force DX11 on this one, and the servers don't go nuts on me, we should be good. Again, I'm not engaging the zombies, because there's quite a few of them at the moment. And there's not a lot of ammo. Okay, they saw me, never mind. Okay, here is when it suffers quite a bit actually. All these cast shadows. Not my own though. Yeah, the game likes dropping when there's a lot of shadow casting lights. And by a lot I mean 2 car lights. Come on, jump over! Don't do this to me! Okay. Yeah, here it's when it's going to start dying. No, the 1050 Ti won't survive this, I'm pretty sure. Let's close the door behind me. Okay, that's not it. Okay, I'm trapped in here. That's awesome. Can I open the boxes? No. Oh well. Let's see if there's more. Oh, there's a naked zombie. Okay. Rest in pepperonis. Although they're a bit dumb. But as you can see, as soon as I get to a more populated place, it drops. And yeah, probably a RAM leak as well. If you look at the RAM usage, we're at 14 gigs, the minimum is 12. I don't know how to turn off the flashlight, I forgot.
The gates are closed, the power is out, and something's not right. Do what you can to open the gates and you'll be able to access the upper level storage room. There's important equipment inside.
I'm sorry about the alarm noise. Yeah, the zombie was half naked. Oops. Of course I'm out of batteries. Now this sounds sus. Okay, 3 seems like a little bit too much. Ah, thank you. Let's abuse the bolt system. But this feels very early. I mean, it's early access obviously, but this feels a little bit too early. Let's leave it at that. Hey, how's it going, Mike? All good? Yeah, and also when that overlay tiredness effect, like that dizzy effect shows up, it kills the performance. I'm also connected to a server. That server doesn't seem to be doing so good. Okay, Q to turn off the flashlight. Yeah, at the beginning I have nothing. It's about the FPS you used to get in No More Room in Hell in 2013. Well, remember that that's a Source engine game. This is UE5. How do I use this? Oops. Oh, it's a revived syringe. Okay. This is not for me. Although that hospital had a good amount of reflections. I did like that. But it's clearly pretty hardcore. Alright, let's try DX11. Let me see what happens if I leave. We will lose your character if you leave without extracting. Ha! That's okay. I have nothing. Is that frame rate make you nauseated? A little bit. I'm used to play at single digits sometimes. So, okay. To try and get DX11, usually what you do is you add -DX11 in the launch options and retry. How the game overall? I mean, it feels very, how to say it? Very early. I'll call it earlier access. But those are my first impressions in the minimum requirement GPU. So keep that in mind. You miss a quiet play stream? Man, how could you? Nah, I'm kidding. It was a fun stream though. I did like that game. Okay, so DX11 actually does launch. Let's see if we can actually get into a game. So this is with the -DX11 command. And let's see if we lose anything. Okay, FSR is still there. Okay. Sure. The responder shouldn't show up that early when I'm in the menu. Okay, frame gen is here. Then when it comes to graphics, it's the same as before. Yeah, you don't seem to be losing anything. What I'm not sure about is that if the upscaling is actually applying. Because I'm at 23 FPS right now. If I use TSR performance, yeah, we get a boost. I'm not entirely sure the upscaling is applying properly. Yeah, the heavy depth of field is probably the reason actually why we drop frames in the menu. Let's see if I turn that off. It wasn't that fulfilled. Oh well. Deploying. Did you like the Quiet Place game? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's like Alien Isolation, that one, the Quiet Place game, but you cannot make any noise. It's more tense than Alien Isolation. Also, look at those broken trees in the background. That's awesome. What the hell? Yeah, that happens when you have low VRAM. Can you turn off lens flare? Uses the most VRAM? What? Since when? You heard about the game? It's an open world, an open map. So multiple open maps. Right now there's only one. And you need to extract resources. It's like an extraction shooter, but more of a survival zombie game in combination. So your character gets very tired, you need to loot stuff, and you need to extract. And it has up to 8 players in a co-op party. Yeah, trees gone wild. This also happened in the UE5 game that I played yesterday. It's called A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead. On the 4GB GPU, trees sometimes had that visual issue. I'm guessing it's texture related. 1650 is more fun esports GPU. I mean, it can run basically any game, but you need to sacrifice resolution for games like this one. Coffee Gang Rise, hell yeah. That is intentional, imagine that. Yeah, we have Cthulhu in the background there, saying hi. What bitrate are you using? 30,000 kilobits per second. Or 30 megabits per second. Does it look bad? Okay, and on the X11 actually we get worse performance somehow. That's weird. Or maybe I'm in a more demanding place. Yeah, I'm in the underpass, but still.
CRC actual to responder open frequency. There is an emergency situation at the power plant. Repeat. Emergency situation at the power plant. Brownouts intensifying rapidly. Hostile contact sighted.
We need everyone to gain access to the plant and fix what's wrong in there ASAP.
Yeah, the X11 seems to be running worse. Either that or the game is not applying some of the settings.
You can't get this under control, but you've got to make sure you're not heading in there unprepared.
They're not even at the lowest settings.
Here at several locations around the plant. We'll share more info when somebody's near. Please.
Yeah, when I'm looking into the distance actually, if I look a little bit to the right, which has almost no map, it's fine. Maybe it's these lights. Oof, that's rough.
Should be textbook.
So in certain places you get these hard drops into the 20s. That's not good. But it gives us some room to spare. So my first impressions, at least when it comes to performance, would be to keep it on, maybe TSR makes more sense. TSR on balanced, less sharpening. I'm setting a limit of 30 FPS probably. But there are moments where very obviously there's something into the distance that is not properly, it's loading everything at the same time. Okay, post-process on medium. And let's disable those lens flares like you guys asked me. So we're our TSR balanced. Sí, ya probé eso, Benjamín, y no es buena idea poner texturas en más que eso. So guys, as I was saying, this part, in some UE5 games, when you look at the entire map from a distance, you get a very harsh drop. My guess that's what's happening here. As long as I go past this car, it improves, but then it goes back down. I mean, I'm not sure if this is due to me changing to the X11, but that's pretty funny. Usually when this happens, it's a VRAM limitation. So let me try one more time DX12, and if anything happens, well, we'll see. Yeah, just look at the ground. Come on, guys. It's obvious. Use the GoldenEye hack, look at the ground to have 100 plus FPS. I mean, yeah, this is literally that. Sí, sí, por suerte sí, Benja. Pero es bastante económico. Maybe shader compilation? No, I don't think so. Usually, shader compilation is more like, okay, you see something for the first time, and you're good. It stutters there, and... Okay, so settings, basically same as before. Medium settings with low textures. 1080p, TSR balanced, medium anti-aliasing, and that's basically it. I'm trying to do a balance of visuals and performance. It's hard to do. But there we go. And this is now DX12. Oh man, that menu. Oh no, now to think Halo is also coming to UE5. No! I mean, yeah, UE5 will be the standard, unfortunately. Yeah, although they put performance improvements in the roadmap, so again, early access. If you wait for the 1.0 release, it's probably going to be a lot better. At least that's how it should be. No more room in hell, but plenty of room for stuttering. Oh yeah. Also, somebody asked me for if there's controller support. I just plugged in a controller. Let me see if the character actually does something. Yeah, glad Yakuza is not UE5 yet. Oh man. I hope not. What? The new Doom as well? Nah, that's BS. That can't be. It does a Silent Hill 2 remake. Okay, awesome. Augmented realism. Thanks for the heads up. What I'm happy is that the game at least is not crashing on me anymore. I'm guessing it was a server issue at the beginning. I don't know. Y Guillermo, el que puedas, mientras tenga 4 núcleos y 8 hilos, debes estar bien. Is there a hideout to upgrade things or what? I know very little about the game at the moment. I know that it's an extraction zombie survival shooter. At the beginning you have very little resources and you start grabbing them. And if your character dies... Okay, the controller works. So using the controller... So that's perfect. That's a good thing. I thought there was no controller support for a moment.
CRC actual to responder open frequency. There is an emergency
Okay,
situation
don't
at
play
the
on
power
DX11.
plant. Repeat. Emergency situation at the power plant. Brownouts intensifying rapidly. Hostile contact sighted.
Keep this.
We need everyone to gain access to the plant and fix what's wrong in there ASAP. We're facing total regional collapse here. Thousands of lives will be lost if you can't get...
So why am I using medium settings? Well, I'm using medium settings because basically on low settings there's no shadows coming from many of the light sources. I know I'm playing on a 1650, but oh yeah, look at those textures. Yeah, but the textures take forever to load. But there's a couple lights casting shadows there, even my flashlight. Oops. So that was a bad idea to waste ammo like that. I only have 4 bullets. But the textures don't load properly. But hey, it's a minimum requirement GPU and the game works. So I'll give him that, at least. Shotgun shells, small supply items. Okay. Now that I'm paying attention, a lot of stuff can be picked up. Although I'm getting stuttery movement because I'm guessing I'm very far away from the server. You hit the first shot because of the high input lag? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think there is South American servers for this. But hey, it does work. The first time I crashed was before I could even make a character, so I'm guessing getting into the game without the character being created causes a crash. Because as soon as I could get my character done, I didn't get any more crashing, luckily. Can I just shoot the lock open? No, of course not. But this feels very early. Yep, calling issues and streaming issues, that sounds about right. And weirdly enough, it runs worse on the X11. So probably the game is not meant to be on the X11. Also, the upscaling, I'm guessing, due to the high contrast of the game, and by high contrast I mean you're in a very dark environment and you get flickering lights. So you get a dark environment, then lights, then dark. You get some issues with the upscaling. It's very hard to upscale such a big change in lights. Yeah, and this part, when there's more zombies and more reflective surfaces, you can feel the slowdown.
Exercise caution inside the local bar. The location was repurposed as a shelter, then went silent.
Yeah, I think there is a small pre-shader compilation pass, but the game doesn't tell you about it. It's in the loading screen when you get into the server. I noticed that my CPU spiked to 100% while loading, but doesn't seem to be enough. Also, despite being on medium to low settings, these shadows look super sharp. But I'm noticing that TSR is not great in gray environments. Whatever. Yeah, the latency is real. Let's grab all my ammo and waste it. And let me turn off the alarm before I continue. Excuse me, passing through. Don't mind me. Oh, I was destroying my brain. Disable the security gate. Ooh. Ouch. Charge also ruins the experience. Yep. Exploration should be better. Although I'm just running around. I'm not actually... I need to rewire the thing. Oh, dude.
Somebody's at the church. It's gonna be rough inside. If you can get into the attic, we have solid intel and gear up there that you'll need for the power plant.
But so far, only 2 hits from the zombies landed on me. They seem to be pretty dumb so far. Dumber than usual. And yeah, these textures are not loading properly. Connect all the matching wires. Not every wire will have a match. Okay. So I need to... Okay, what? Ah, okay, I got you. Okay, let's do 4B and 5C, 2A, 2C, 1C, 1C, 6A, 2A, 2C. Yeah, I think that's it. Nope. 6A, 1C, 4B. When you think all matching wires are connected, flip the main breaker. Okay, 2A, nothing. 6A, yep. 5A, yeah, at the bottom. Whoops. 4B, 4B, 1C, 1C, 2C. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I gotta do the annoying stuff. Sí, me había faltado la 5A. And some of the fire effects are, yeah, not loading properly either. So yeah, I mean, it works, but right now I wouldn't play it on this card. I'm not saying the game will be at 100 FPS on version 1.0. That scared me, Jesus. Would you stay away? Thank you, sir. What does account permanent progression look like? That's a good question. I mean, you need to exfiltrate with loot. It's like an instruction shooter. And if you die, it's permadeath and you lose your stuff. So the idea is that you should be careful and not do what I'm doing right now, that is just running around aimlessly. But the progression thing, I really do not know. I'm guessing you have to go for the loot and you get some passive abilities in the middle. I need a fuse. Although the amount of zombies... Oh,
Power's back on at the farmhouse.
yeah.
I hope the
It's not like I can open that door right now.
given all that doomsday preparation. Get any gear they left
But I'm glad
behind.
to see at least that the hospital has a good amount of reflective surfaces. That's a good stress test. Yeah, right now for $30, it seems a little bit too incomplete, at least from a technical standpoint. But if we were thinking about it, it does work on a... Yeah, no. It does work on a 1650. But look at that, if I try to throw one of these things, it just spawns a little bit far away. Also, I'm in South America, so I'm guessing the servers are pretty far away. Let's see the explosion. Oof. Okay, so that's the 4 GB GPU. So on the minimum requirement GPU, you can run it. It won't look incredibly realistic. There's a few good reflections here and there. There is multiple shadow casting lights. But you need upscaling, which is usually the norm in 4 GB GPUs in UE5. But it is playable if you don't mind 30 FPS. I haven't tried the entire map yet. But if we're fine with 30s, it should be okay. At the moment, I wouldn't recommend it on this card. Who knows in the future, but at the moment... I mean, as soon as I get a 3D model in the menu, I get a very big performance hit. So for this card, right now, at the time of making this video, 1080p, balanced TSR. Then on graphics, basically medium, with those textures on low. And maybe lower the shaders and the volumetrics, but otherwise, I don't see much of a difference when it comes to, well, I do see a difference with lowering shadows, but there's missing shadows everywhere if you put this on low. So I recommend you stick to medium. Otherwise the game will look much worse. But that should give you at least 30 FPS while playing the game and 15 FPS in the menu. ¿Cómo crees que correrá en el Steam Deck? Uff, ya veremos. Somebody's asking how will it run on Steam Deck? Well, good news is that I have the Steam Deck with the game downloaded, but I haven't tried it yet. I have it there installed. Alright, 3050 in. This one should fare a lot better considering the ray tracing compatibility. The UE5 usually runs well on those cards. So yeah. But I mean, if I'm playing survival stuff and collecting stuff, it might be good. I don't know. I'm just walking around and seeing performance. That's usually what it's about for me. But so far feels more like an extraction shooter. Because you die or you quit and you lose everything from your character. In my case it's not an issue because, well, I don't have anything on those characters as of yet. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Dying Light's still good, but it's a completely different type of game. No, the first game is free to play, the first game. The second one is a paid early access thing. And it's $30, so considering, I mean, at least on the technical standpoint, it's pretty rough at the moment. Ultra DLAA, maybe? Okay, here we go. With 3 years before purchasing, we'll see. I mean, they're very upfront when it comes to the roadmap and all that. So yeah. And I'm guessing this is not a pun. This game is probably been in development hell for a while. It probably took multiple shapes. Because again, it was announced in 2016. At that time, I think they were using UE4 actually. So I'm guessing they jumped to UE5 and started from scratch. That's just a guess, because it's been 8 years since it was announced. Oh, hold up. Let me go full screen. You have Dying Light 2 from day one. I never played it. Oof. That one runs a lot better, but it's a different game. Okay, DLSS 3.5. And there's DLAA as well. That's a good thing. Okay, the upscaler seems to be working. Good. Video reflex. Graphics. Let's start with the highest settings and see what happens. I like being surprised sometimes. Okay, on the highest settings, I'm getting 20 FPS in the menu. Sounds about right. So let's lower those shadows to high, actually. Yeah, it was obviously the shadows. This is probably linked to global illumination. But let's keep it at ultra for now and see what happens in game. Also, I'm on native resolution. Yeah, even if it is the highest settings, 15 FPS in the menu is hilarious. $15 in Argentina. Well, if you are into it, it's not a bad idea. Okay, it's loading. And what I was saying about shader compilation, the CPU now should be maxed out. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So the CPU maxes out. I'm guessing this is the game compiling shaders, which is a good thing, but the game doesn't tell you. And maybe it's not enough shaders because my first headshot had a big spike in the frame time. Yeah, this is 1080p native with DLAA. But let's see what happens. This is way too early. I'll wait for updates and all that. It's pretty raw at the moment. Yeah, but maybe later in the future they do it awesome. Good name, by the way. But one other thing, they probably need more servers at the moment. The player count, at least when I started streaming, was like 12k people. I'm not sure if they were expecting that many players. Okay, so far from the 477 votes, 53% of you guys played the game back then. Interesting. No SSD? No, we are on an SSD, yeah. Okay, so this is where I drop frames in the 1650 actually. I mean, it does look better, but I'm not noticing
CRC actual to responder.
ray trace reflections or anything. It's not like...
At the power plant. Repeat.
Yeah.
Emergency situation at the power plant. Brownouts intensifying.
Let's tweak it a little.
Hostile contact sighted.
Yeah, this needs tweaks. Ultra seems to be absolutely unnecessary. So if I lower shadows, I jump from 31 to 36, not that much of an improvement. Reflections too high. Okay. Effects, this is usually a big one.
Break. Remote security locks are active at the power plant.
40s, we're still the same.
Two overrides are in
Feeders.
your area, and activating either one will
Nope.
unlock the plant's
Both
power
metrics.
Stand by for locations on these two overrides.
Also foliage density is probably... Let's do it easily. Let's go for high with textures and ultra. Same with the post-processing. Post-processing is usually pretty expensive. The CPU is in the description. And this is a co-op game. You can play on your own, but co-op, you can do up to 8 players in a single party. So this is 1080p high, native 1080p. Okay, way better now. And visuals are not that much better. That much worse, better said. A consistency of the visuals got better. Textures are loading on time, I think. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you have less than 6 GB of VRAM, I wouldn't play the game. The quality of the textures is pretty damn good. At least on the signs over there. But I mean, each of the lights in the car casts shadows. I think that's a little bit overkill. But hey, it works. Why does it look so mid? Early access, I guess. I don't know. Oh, now they got aggressive. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm out of here. But all these car lights cast shadows. Not self-shadows, but zombie shadows. And also those animations, man. Yeah, that looks bad. Jesus. Although I gotta give it to them, the sounds that the zombies make are pretty unnerving. They actually seem in pain. But just, yeah, this... In the meantime, let me check my server. Oh, somebody's attacking. Yeah, please go to the pile. Okay, ping 16. Okay, so my ping is very low. What the hell? Then how do I get that latency when shooting? Hold up. Let me shoot one in the face. Oh no, my ping now is actually correct. I thought the animation stuff was was a server issue, but apparently I'm with very low ping. But see guys, see here that I'm getting 20 something FPS. Not sure if you noticed, but this cop car lights, this cast shadows. This cast shadows. This cast shadows. There's a lot of shadow casting lights. This is pretty common in UE5 games, that they put a lot of... I mean, yeah, even these lights cast shadows. That's pretty insane. That's a lot of lights. And all those cast shadows. I'm guessing that's why the performance is so poor right now. Now, this is not even the build 0.5, this is 0.1.1. So this is the very, very first public build, I'm guessing. Oh, really? I cannot climb that? Dude.
Latest reconnaissance reports suggest the ranger at the lookout tower remains active. Recommend investigation to verify his status and procure equipment.
But as you can see, as soon as I leave those areas that have multiple shadow casting lights, it's okay. Yeah, I don't think it has lumen, which makes it more concerning, in my opinion. It probably has nanite. The stand-on car being safe? Yeah, they probably will. But I do like that the zombies sound like they are in excruciating pain, which makes sense. I mean, they have pieces of their body completely missing. And now I turned into a zombie. But performance, oof. Animations, oof. It's super rough right now. Super, super rough. But I do like that the zombies sound that they are in pain. It's like they're playing this game on a 2 GB GPU. I mean, we have already... You can see how early access this game is, because there's a roadmap button. It's not like they are putting this on only on a post on the Steam forums. It's a part of the game. It's part of the menu, the roadmap. UX UI improvements, performance improvements, new zombies, and then there's stuff that are in concept. So this is very, very early. I would say it's a little bit too early. Let's use DLSS on quality and try to get a semblance of better performance. Also, no matter what I do, the main menu lags like absolute hell. So we're playing on a mix of high and ultra, basically. I will try to get 60s somehow. Maybe, actually, I'm going to do a mix of medium and high. What I'm going to put on a high is everything excepting the shadows. Shadows seem to be pretty demanding on this one. There's too many of them. The animation quality was on high, but those zombies... Dude. That was rough. Rough animation. Okay. Let's put it like this. A mix of medium and high. Yeah, on a 3050 we're getting, I mean, the main menu is at 15 FPS no matter what I do. It's hilarious. Just looking at this kills the frame rate for some reason. But now I'm using upscaling, so it should be a better experience. But man, this is rough. Also, at the bottom left corner you can see that it's 0.1.1. This is the very first build. Which is a bit concerning because the game was announced 8 years ago. You're still 50-50? I mean, if you're a fan of No More Room in Hell, you're probably going to be interested, but hardcore fans of the original told me that it's very different to the original. I mean, I just played 40 minutes of the first one. We're going to check that one at the end. But the original is a Source free-to-play game. I mean, you can always wait for prices to drop, but this game will benefit a lot from patching. This is very early. I think they can increase performance quite a bit by just removing some of the shadow casting lights. Not every light needs to cast a shadow. I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but that just destroys the performance. Oh, 4090. What's up with that? Yeah, I might try it on a 4090. Actually, after this live stream, I might stream it on the 4090 so we can see how it runs on super high tier hardware. I have a 14900K as well, so I might do that actually as soon as I finish this live stream. Because people love saying, oh yeah, but poorly optimized because I'm playing on a 3050 or a 1650. But if you put a 4090 and the game still doesn't work properly, well, there we have a problem. But as soon as I enable upscaling, this improves very, very significantly.
CRC actual to responder.
And it's so much better
There was an emergency situation at the power plant.
to play it
Repeat.
at 60
Emergency
FPS.
situation at the power plant. Brownouts intensifying.
Oh, hi there.
Hostile contact sighted.
We need everyone to gain access to the plant and fix what's wrong in there ASAP. We're facing total regional collapse here. Thousands of lives will be lost.
Okay,
If you can't
let me
get
keep
this
it like
under
this.
control,
Let's see if we can maintain
make sure you're not heading in there
60
unprepared.
FPS.
We've got
By the
intel
way,
on
my
Gates 8
flashlight
gears,
also
location
casts
of the
shadows.
plant. We'll share more info when somebody's near. Please, hurry.
8K? Yeah, maybe, why not?
Remote security
We can try
locks
8K
active
on a
at the power
4090.
plant and require a manual override to disengage. 2 overrides are in your area, and activating either one will unlock the plant's
But definitely just
Stand by for location
trying to target 60s improves the game tenfold.
Got you.
It was so rough before I used the upscaling, which is the norm right now, but I wish it wasn't. Are you dead? Yeah. Good. Will this run on a Steam Deck? It probably will. Very aggressive upscaling, but seems to be mostly a GPU bound thing. No freaking way, this also casts shadows? Are you kidding me? No, doesn't seem like it. I was afraid for a second. But if you have the chance to use upscaling and lower the settings a bit, it gets into playable territory. Although I don't know what's wrong with these textures.
We have responders at the bar. Listen up. There's gear in there, but be very careful inside. Locals had a makeshift shelter in place, and it went dark on us, so we don't know what to expect. Stay sharp and move fast.
But I'm not seeing lumen, at least for the reflections. They are screen space, which is fine. Oh, look at that. Fence is electrified. No way. I didn't notice. Even the bricks are electrified. Will this run on 6600 XC? It probably will. The thing is, UE5 usually on AMD GPUs is not amazing. Although this one doesn't seem to be using ray tracing. Okay, I cannot unplug this. Okay. How was the UE5 stutter in this one? So far I had one very big noticeable stutter at the beginning when I did my first headshot. But other than that, it's been fine. There's spiky frame times, but not unplayable stutter every 5 seconds. Nope. But as you can see, even the light inside the car casts shadows. This red light as well. You don't have a self-shadow on your character, but the zombies do cast shadows, so these two lights, these are two light sources. That's so overkill, so unnecessary. I get that it looks cool with more shadow casting lights, but I think it's a little bit unnecessary. And hang on, there's a bell. Hold up, I got a delivery. I bought an SSD for a computer. 1 sec. Just be entertained before being entertained. While that person is looting the place, I'll stay right here looking at there. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. So at the beginning, the game does have a lot of walking. They told me also that there is very scarce ammo at the beginning. We gotta turn up that alarm. But so far, at the moment, it's pretty rough. I mean, I did ask for No More Room in Hell 2. I was playing the first one. I didn't play it for long because I didn't understand. I didn't have anybody to play with. We're talking about 2018 that I first heard about it. I'm guessing people did ask for it, but in a different way. Also, there's a piece of his head. His brain was completely outside of the... Yeah, it's floating over there. A piece of brain. Jesus, just die already. I have no more. Would you please die? Thank you. Let's see what I can find. Okay. Left 4 Dead 2? No. No. Not even close. This is nothing like Left 4 Dead 2. This is more like an extraction shooter type of thing.
Just cover me.
Healing. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Pistol ammo. There's a revolver, but okay. What isn't by purpose? You like the damage system? Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely I like the fact that I can destroy pieces of them. I wish more games were not afraid to show gore. 3B, 4A, no 4A, 5A, yes 5A, 2C, 2C, 2A, no 4B, no 4B.
Magazine's full.
Okay. But as soon as you start playing at anything above 50, it gets stupidly better, obviously.
It's been restored at the bar. No people from the shelter made it unsafe. Take anything useful and move on.
Ooh, shotgun. Yeah. Yeah, boy. I do need batteries though. And before I get demonetized, we still making. Oh, the music is already off. Oh, dang it. Well, if this for some reason gets copyrighted, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, I'm filling up my inventory. Oh, the batteries. Thank you. I need them. I can hit zombies with my batteries. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use stuff that I have in my backpack. Okay, I can drag them over. But they just had to jump on the destruction trend, didn't they? Yeah. Let's see. Put the shotgun there. Oh yeah. But it drops very hard. And I get why now the shadows are so demanding. I mean, every light here is casting a shadow. That's a bit ridiculous if you ask me. I thought this song was a good addition. I think it makes sense if you are trying to make some fun when it comes to zombie apocalypse. It kind of makes sense. Other games already did it as well. And my movement is stuttery because I think I'm really bad when it comes to the server now. My ping is probably super high. Yeah, look at that. Man, this server is freaking dying. Holy hell. They need to improve those servers, man. What the hell? I mean, the frame time is fine, but the movement feels stuttery. Like I had like 200 milliseconds of ping. Yeah, I'm at... No, my ping is 52. The other people actually are on high ping. So why am I lagging? My ping is fine. Literally 32 milliseconds.
I'm healing up. Talk to me for a second. Finished.
Of course, I'm out of ammo.
More magnum rounds. No ammo. Some shells. Yeah, those servers. I mean, I get it, it's day one, it's early access, but still. I mean, I'm trying to run, and my character barely... Keep an eye out. Healing up real quick. Cover me. Hey, hang on. I'm healing. Healing up real quick. Cover me. Hold on. Healing.
Yeah, also the hitboxes are a little bit too generous. I'm also bleeding.
Healing. Cover.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree that the game should be, at least in this state, shouldn't be $30. The performance is also very variable. But there are some things that I think they could easily improve the performance. That's a positive, I guess. There's also brains floating in the air, which is funny.
Cover while I reload. Reloading here.
Will your 3070 and Ryzen 7700 run this at 1440p? Yeah, probably. I'm going to try the 3060 now. You should be a few frames ahead.
I'm gonna heal up. Keep an eye out.
But you need to do some tweaks, unfortunately. I don't know how to extract, also.
Just a sec. Gotta heal.
How do I extract?
Stiffen my sights.
There's definitely random stutter here and there. There is a very heavy performance impact due to the amount of shadows, because we're all using flashlights, and those flashlights cast shadows. Too many shadow casting lights. Actually, the other players' flashlights don't cast shadows, which is a good thing. Mine does cast shadows. But as soon as there is even one person in the group, it drops like to 50% the frame rate. And well, this rubber banding thing that I'm seeing from the... just by running around, it's not even running at the correct speed now. You called in to work for this? Oof. Sorry to hear. I mean, looks like it has potential, but it's way too early. And what I meant with the performance improvement, see that there's two shadows here of the character. That's because these lights are casting shadows, both of them. Why? I get it, it's a car. But dude, each time those lights show up, you lose 10 frames. Can you switch to a gun and press K? Oh, you mean there's inspecting animations? Yeah, it does nothing with K.
Healing up real quick.
Yeah, I don't think we should engage the enemy. We should just... I cannot even bolt. Oh, there we go. I guess it was a server thing. They're all having trouble with bolting as well.
About halfway done.
Oh, K used to be the suicide button. So you won't turn into a zombie? That's interesting. Apparently there is none. That's not realistic. That should be the first button in the tutorial. I'll try it in the original game. Oh man, but the running! When your friends turn into a zombie, they're impossible to kill. Are you talking about the original game or this one? Okay, that is already rewired. That's good.
Looking for magnum rounds.
Infection 2, as it seems, is problematic and can't be done. Okay.
Reloading this.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. I almost fell for. I was going to fall for it, really. So GG. I mean, it's like the classic. Oh yeah, press Alt F4. You can do infinite ammo with Alt F4 or Control W. But that rubber banding is absolutely insane. And again, my ping is 32. So I'm actually the person that has the least amount of ping, if this is any accurate. Which is hilarious. So the other people are lagging. And the hospital, I mean, even this, all this glass has reflections, screen space. And this also casts shadows. And this also casts shadows. So I understand the looking for realism, but this is a little bit too much. And also my own flashlight casts shadows. So yeah, having lots of shadows is nice, but it's overkill. Melee feels like DayZ early days. Yeah, I mean, it's due to the lag that I'm getting, despite the low ping. So the servers are having a bad time at the moment. Yeah, the revolver sounds good. I agree. Let's see how many bullets I have. 3. Okay, I can waste one on this character. Yeah, that sounds good. I also like that they put the flashlight on the shoulder, like Leon does in Resident Evil 2 remake when checking the gun. That's a nice detail.
2 rounds.
But again, if they reduce the amount of shadow casting lights, yeah, here we have a screen space reflection. It reflects what it sees.
Long gun.
If they lower that, the amount of shadow casting lights, they should be okay. Okay, in a way better spot when it comes to performance. Also, I mean, look at this. I tried to run and look at what the game is doing to me. It's like if it was stuttering. This is definitely a server issue. It's like the server doesn't update my position fast enough. So I get this when I try to run. That's not good. Press K in real life. I tried, it doesn't work. Maybe they changed the button. Okay, let's go downstairs again.
Healing. Keep me covered.
Because there's a gun down there, apparently. Oh, I see. There's a lot of them now. And I cannot run properly! Okay, well they fight. I think that was my last round. Okay, let them do it. And it even drops into 30 FPS. That was a double the frame rate a moment ago.
Low on shells.
Okay, finally.
Gotta reload.
Let's drop this.
Override has been activated. Responders, proceed to the plant entrance and open.
Yes, I want the rifle. One of the syringes. And while everybody is fighting for their lives, I'm here reloading my guns.
Runner. Got eyes on a Good on rounds. Reloading.
Okay, I need that heavy ammo, definitely.
I got plenty of rounds.
Playable radio.
I need magnum.
Yeah, no. Radio. Break off.
Reloading.
There we go. Much better. Oh, that's satisfying though. I like the heavier calibers.
Reloading this.
Do way more damage there. I mean, it will be fun for solos. I haven't played solo. I just tried to enter the game. People were there already. I came across them by accident. And they started helping me, so hell yeah.
Heavier than you look, huh? I need you when you're
Reloading.
Come on. I can't carry you.
Yeah, I think the only way to play this is in one of those servers. But again, as soon as there is like 2 people with you, you start dropping frames very hard. Especially when they use their flashlight, which is very common. A very common occurrence. What I do not know how to do is how to escape.
I'm tapped.
Oops.
Fuck. I'm out of ammo.
Changing mags.
Now it's spent. Healing. Keep a look.
Although you get a lot more action as soon as other players show up. Of course, that wasn't going to explode.
I'm tapped out.
Need magnum ammo. Cover me. Healing. Healing. Reloading. Cover me. Healing. Cover me.
Which is better, No More Room in Hell 2 or the day before? Ha!
Healing.
No More Room in Hell 2, definitely.
Healing.
But that's not a very high bar to surpass, let's be honest here.
All set on rounds. Rounds are stopped. I'm wounded. I'm healing up. Healing. Cover me.
Okay, for interaction, I like that. But it's too variable. Yeah, I will wait for the game either to get patched or to get a drop in price. Since it's early access, I'm guessing that you gotta wait for a patch and the game will stay at $30. If it was in a better state... But again, this is version 0.1.1. Wow.
Gotta reload.
But I'm thinking the servers are getting
Reloading.
pretty bad performance at the moment.
Reloading. Cover me.
Oops.
Changing mags.
Also, I had 2 bullets. How can I keep reloading?
Zone's running critical. Watch out. Let's go.
Well, I hope once we get this objective done. Also, I cannot sprint. As soon as I sprint, my camera gets jittery. I'm guessing, again, server thing.
Be advised, the east gate to the power plant is now open. Responders, move in.
But it's very, very variable when it comes to performance. Also, the shadow draw distance is pretty good, actually. Okay, filtration. Ah man, I don't wanna lose my items. Although those animations are hilarious, though. Look at that, the keyframes don't match the movement speed.
Some bandages. I need magnum rounds.
Yeah. It's gliding. I do like the exploding heads though. Yeah, it's a co-op game. Co-op focused extraction, zombie shooter, survival thing. Not sure though if it's the same people involved with the first one. The development team name is different. But as you can see, as soon as there's a few zombies and other people playing with you on screen, it drops to half the frame rate. Yeah, a co-op game where everybody spawns separately and spends half the game fighting each other. Exactly. You got it right. Oof, but it drops so low as soon as... Yeah, also some of the light sources have very good draw distance for the shadows, other ones not so much. Excuse me. Coming, passing through. Don't mind me. Yeah, the thing is when you're in the mid of the game, to say it in some way, is when it drops the most. Can I play it offline? I don't think so. But I'm going to try it. But as you can see, even the bolting doesn't work properly. There we go. Yeah, this is way too early. I mean, it has potential in my opinion, but it needs the technical stuff sorted out at least. Sorted out. Yeah. Okay. I'll lose my character, whatever. That's okay. That was way too much. As soon as the character spawns as well, I get into single digits, below 30. So I don't know what's up with that. So alright. What settings would I use for this card? 1080p quality DLSS. And on the graphics, something like this. A mix of medium and high. But really, it's so variable. I mean, I can be at 60s in outside places, in some of the closed environments, in some of the forest areas. But obviously, as soon as I group up with another player or something, and we are both using a flashlight, and there's more than 4 zombies chasing after us, it can drop into the 30s. So it's very, very rough at the moment, at least when it comes to the technical stuff. And in the menu, for some reason, I'm always at 20 FPS. But if you look at it closely, at the bottom left corner, it says 0.1.1. So that explains some of it to some extent. It's early access, but earlier access. So yeah, this feels super rushed at the moment. It's kind of a shame, I was excited. Let's swap. Also, guys, by the way, was the sound too loud or was it okay when it comes to the game? There was a lot of screaming, maybe any sort of config file optimization possible. Yeah, probably, but I wouldn't touch that, considering that it's an online game, at least as far as I understand. So at the moment, I wouldn't touch anything like that. I tried DX11 and it was even worse. The sound, not the game. It was okay, sound is good. Okay, gotcha. Definitely not the game. That's hilarious. They just scream as hell. Yeah, I like that the zombies actually scream. I wish more games actually... Well, Dying Light is a good example. In Dying Light 1, some zombies scream like they are in excruciating pain. I think that's perfect, actually, for a zombie game. Because zombies are people that turned into zombies, so they definitely have missing limbs. It's probably painful as hell, so that's a nice detail. Okay, let's try that again. But now on the 3060, I'm going to put it on high, not even going to try ultra, honestly. Since the game varies so much, I think the stress test is actually the main menu, funnily enough. When your character spawns in the main menu, you drop into below 30. So let's see if the 3060 can actually get 30s in the menu. Well, Dead Island 2 actually got a patch, I might cover it again. You got like a horde mode. Okay. Let's go full screen. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay. Actually survives in the main menu, that's awesome. Cool. Let's put it on high. High settings, and that should do. There's not a film grain option. No, apparently not. High settings, let's put textures on ultra. We have 12 GB of VRAM. And on display, 1080p, and let's keep DLSS on quality. I don't think it's worth disabling the upscaler, honestly. Yeah, the most popular is GPU on Steam. Hopefully you have the 12 gig version, otherwise, prayers to you, brother. Leon is wearing a jacket, a leather jacket. Is he Jensen Huang? Almost. How much VRAM does the 3060 have? 12 gigs. I have the 12 gig version at least. And hang on, somebody hit the bell again. Sorry guys. Apparently I got a package from China that is from the Wukong publisher, so what a perfect day for that. One sec. Okay guys, what the hell? The Wukong developer, okay, perfect, just in time for the game. The Wukong publisher told me that if I wanted a gift for covering the game, and they told me it was merch, but what the hell is a huge box? I don't know what's in the box. But this is heavy, what the hell did they send me? I thought it was going to be one shirt or something. We're going to be streaming that right after this game. What the hell?
To gain access to the plant and fix what's wrong in there ASAP. We're facing total regional collapse here. Thousands of
I mean, the Wukong publisher was pretty good with me actually, and they really like my coverage.
weapons and gear at several locations.
So they just said, yeah, hey, we can send you a gift, it's merch. And I'm like, sure, thank you. And a huge box arrives. What the hell? I'm so confused. I mean, I never got a gift from a developer. Never expected a box, a huge box.
Okay.
Monkey
Let's
figurine.
march.
If that's the case, I'll put it next to the computer. Dude, what the hell? What a day. I got a computer to fix, to change the SSD, which I love doing. I got a box, and I'm streaming a game I was expecting to be more complete. Has to be. Okay, we're trying that. We're trying that. As soon as I finish this live stream, I'm going to do another one. Maybe a video talking about the box. Yeah, I think a video makes more sense. That's insane. That's a physical version? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a PC physical version. Okay, on the 3060, so far so good. The game seems to be having a way better time doing stuff, but we'll see as soon as we get people and more enemies on screen. Also now running actually works.
Listen up. There's gear in there.
There's no physical version. Yeah, maybe, I mean, I already got a code for Wukong when it came out.
So we don't know what to expect. Stay
That's the
sharp.
thing, I got it a day early. I wasn't able to play it early, but they also gave me a code, so what the hell? So they was expecting a hat, not a box. Ah, okay, I had to hit this. Yeah, I'll try 1440p. Give me a moment that I want to advance a little bit further so we can see the performance impact. At the moment, it's actually holding up pretty well with high settings, but I don't expect that for long. that also needs some animation, in my opinion. Unbox the box. Yeah, no. That box being destroyed needs better animation. I mean, it's just jumping from one 3D model to another. I mean, I know I'm nitpicking, but small things are starting to pile up. 15% overwhelmingly negative. I'm going to be one of them. By the way, thanks to Torn Banner Studios for providing a code of the game. I mean, it's an extraction shooter plus zombie survival in the middle. But my issue with it is that it's super incomplete. I mean, I get it, it's early access, whatever, but this is way too early. There was a meme that one of these indie companies made, Devolver Digital. We're talking about like 10 years ago, that they were making fun of early access stuff. And they were like, no, we're going to make even better early access. It's called earliest access. And they were like showing you a drawing in a paper like, oh yeah, the game will be like this. And you could look at the and you could look at the page of the pitch for the game. And you had to pay to look at it. It was very funny. It was clearly a joke, but now everybody's doing it, I guess. I'm guessing in the future we're going to pay early access to basically sit at a meeting and pitch ideas for the game. So we pay before the game is even greenlit. Hopefully I don't break my legs. Okay, we're good. Oof. That's like the witch in Left 4 Dead 2. Hi there. Oh, can I loot now? Oh no, I get to rewire the junction box. That's fine, I did it a few times. I know I shouldn't be wasting ammo on this, but I mean, even the pieces of brain, there's a double brain floating in the air. And also, guys, I work in a company that develops VR content. And this feels, I mean, when I'm playing some early access games, it feels like something that I'm testing before we ship it to the client. In a way that, okay, it's clearly incomplete, but let's see what the... I mean, it's not a finished product, obviously. This feels very similar to that. Although now, this server seems to be doing better than the previous one. Okay, 2B from Nier Automata. Nice reference. 3C, 3C, 2C, 2C, 3B, 3B, 4C, no, 2A.
Please.
2.
CRC actual to responders at the train station.
Did I do it
Cargo
wrong?
manifest shows a car with contents capable of neutralizing
Never mind.
contaminants in the area.
It was just the zombie. Okay, so now this is what I was waiting for before changing the resolution. We got this area that now has all the lights on, and many of those lights cast shadows. And as you can see, as soon as I turned on the lights, we lost
CRC actual update.
10 to
Security
13
lockdown
FPS.
is backed at the checkpoint. Responders
And now
shall
there's
respond
also
to
music, but that's
intel
okay.
suggests operational equipment within the armory.
Okay, and here's the rifle. And hopefully this music is not copyrighted. What I don't know is how to extract.
Ammo's
Okay,
good.
5 rounds. The radio doesn't matter. Divide syringe? I don't need that. Oh, she also died. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay, I got it. Good thing I had a spare syringe. Say, the freak, away! Oh no, the animation was broken. I was like this. Yeah, they straight up got a package to my house. But as you can see, as soon as something happens, my GPU is not fully utilized, and I get 30 FPS. And I was at 60 most of the time, so it's hard to tweak. It's very hard to tweak, because these things are clearly not an issue of being low on GPU resources. Something else is going on. Graphic settings, high settings. I tried lower, but oh, okay, this is a good time to actually tweak settings. But as you can see, outdoors I was getting 60s. I can toggle to the next player. That's good. There we go. So it's very variable. And it doesn't seem to be, again, something that I can fix lower in settings. Because the GPU usage drops significantly and my CPU is not being touched much. So 1440p. Yeah, I mean, the bolting in the game, and by bolting I mean jumping over a fence, for example, or something like that, is very inconsistent. I'm not sure if it's a server issue, because even the movement sometimes feels weird. So we're going to drop it to medium at 1440p, just to try to ensure a decent frame rate. In this case, I don't have high hopes really, at least right now. 1440p balanced DLSS. Yeah, it's not even fully utilizing the GPU. There has to be something else. DLSS balanced. Yeah, I mean, look at how the server shows me the player. There's definitely something wrong. The spectating is broken as well. Oh god. Yeah, it's not a good time to play this game. Garfield, just for the game, for the name Garfield, that's perfect. And now we're in the 20s in the menu, like before. It's rough. Yeah, a well-finished game, you might add. It's not even fair, but you understand. Yeah, we'll try the Sonic Generations. Is that game out yet? I feel like I heard that name before. Awesome, top 10. Yeah, 8 GB of VRAM seems to be fine. Just try not to have less than 6 and the game should work. The thing is, when you get into a place with multiple shadow casting lights, or 1 or 2 players close to you, as fun as it sounds. But dude, it's pretty rough. Alan Wake DLC? Yeah, oh man, I'm not ready for that. I played the first DLC, the second one looks interesting. I might give it a shot. We'll see. Now that I got this box, I'm like, okay, I need to make a video about it or stream it. I might stream it actually. Because I don't even know what's in the box. I was told it was merch. So, I don't know. But it's funny, I got 2 deliveries while I was streaming. What are the chances? I never get them on daytime. It's 2:45 p.m. What's your favorite NVIDIA GPU series? I would say the 700 series. Sorry, the 10 series. Back when the GTX 1080, 1070, 1060, that was a huge jump from the 700 series. I remember back then, the biggest GPU was the 780 Ti, and people were doing SLI with them and all that. Then the 1080 came out, and it was basically like 2 780 Ti's. Imagine, it's like the 5090, speculating, of course, just as an idea. It's like the 5090 was 2 4090s performance. As crazy as that sounds, with double the memory. That's not something that would happen today. Back then there was competition. This is 1440p, by the way. But yeah, we got the 1050 Ti, the 1060 especially, I think it was legendary. It was the first time I saw GTA 5 at 100 FPS. Was thanks to the 1060. And back then I didn't even had a 60 plus hertz monitor. It was a long time ago, yeah. But again, first impressions when you are getting inside the game, you'll see that the performance should be okay and all that, but as soon as you get to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, it drops very, very hard. Is there a way to change the FOV? Yes, sir. There's an FOV slider. It goes from 90 to 110. Oh, awesome. The FOV change also affects the view model FOV. That's cool. I wish every single player was put at the FOV. It's a little bit much, but actually it makes the icons, the items smaller, which is a great thing in my opinion. Because usually they increase the FOV, but they keep the gun sizes the same. This is the correct way to do an FOV slider, actually. I mean, look at the revolver now. The revolver now is less than a 1/9 of the screen. That's actually pretty good. Beef and stuff, what? Yeah, thanks for reminding me, though, about the FOV slider. Sometimes I forget I'm gaming on PC. But yeah, I would say that's one of the best features so far. There's a good amount of options and all that, but the game is very raw still. Can I climb this? No, obviously not. Okay, what? Center the pins. Okay, at the beginning it said that the gate was closed, but I had to point at the padlock. That was the issue. I thought I couldn't even open the door. Is there any beef and/or stuff in the game? This probably. I mean, there is a few very good condition outlet extensions. Those look better than the ones that I have at home. Even a phone. And they had like normal bug fixes as the main focus, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, they definitely need to improve. when it comes to performance when interesting stuff happens. Because at the beginning, yeah, you have a gun, you have a flashlight that casts shadows, all that good stuff. But once you start getting power back into a building, all the lights turn on, those cast shadows, then you have the other players, the co-op players with you. Yeah, there's no PvP. That's when it starts to drop very, very hard. That's what they need to work on. At first glance, I would say, guys, less shadow casting lights. There's way too many shadow casting lights. Moon Mario? No, I don't remember that. At least it doesn't sound familiar.
Intel's sketchy about the field hospital, but we do know that Hera doctors were gathering some data about changes to the virus. We don't want to lose that data, so get the power back on and upload whatever
Let's
they
just
had
run
to our
away.
servers. Make sure to check their stash too.
Oh, that's locked first. Okay. And there's drops of blood in the air. I'll find a way in. Reminded you of the day before? No, trust me, the day before is something else. The day before was basically an asset flip. But the day before is like the lowest echelon of gaming early access stuff. At least this developer and publisher have the experience of releasing games. Like Chivalry. Okay, let's turn off the freaking alarm like we did 3 times already. Excuse me, people. Passing through, don't mind me. Okay. Oh, I forgot to grab the supplies. Have you done 1080p with no DLSS at medium? Yeah, that's below 60, definitely. I haven't done it, but my guess is that it will be below 60, especially when you turn the lights back on. Just pay attention to this right now. I'm going to rewire this. 3A, there's no 3A. 5A, yes. 5B, nope, no 5B. 6A, 6A. 2C, nope. 3C, 3C. Okay, so lights will come back on in a moment. But again, as more zombies start piling up and there's more lights because they cast shadows. What the hell? There's another player then. I'm pretty sure that explosion doesn't happen on its own. There we go. There's too many of them. I think I'm screwed, guys. I need a fuse. I'm an idiot. Yeah, well, I called the curses upon myself. Let me see if I can get... Am I safe in this spot? No, definitely not. Let's see. I think I'm safe here, actually. Well, that's pretty stupid. Also, I have a very, very good hitting distance. This is pretty stupid. See? This... Okay, never mind. There we go. I was getting scared for a moment. But still, I should be dead already. I shouldn't be alive. I want a piece. Miniclip shut down last year. It's been a while. It's been a while since I heard that name. These
CRC
two atoms.
responders requesting intervention to reopen the sluice gate and reduce flooding risk. Intel shows an equipment cache available if successful.
Okay, also I have a great reach with this melee weapon. Okay, they're not following me. Good. Can I now rewire the... well, get the fuse, better said, in peace? No fuse?
We don't know the status of the owner of that farmhouse.
Yeah, man,
From our
miniclip,
intel, they
that's a
were prepared
trip.
to stay put for a while. Get in there
I
and see
played
if you can put it to use.
a game that was very funny.
Crucial for your mission.
It was... I mean, at that point, the president of the US was George Bush. The son of Bush, better said. The early 2000s. And there was a... there was a game where you killed terrorists, being Bush and the Queen of England. That was a great game. There was also a game that you were Bush in a hot dog stand. I played so much of that game. That game was awesome. And in a part of that game, one of the terrorists shoots the Queen's the crown off, and the Queen gets angry and kills everyone. Okay, that took a few seconds. Let's go to the safe place. Hopefully this place is safe. No, it's not. Okay, there we go. But as you can see, as soon as more zombies show up and there is anything more demanding happening, you'll drop below 60 no matter what. So yeah. Let's jump into the next one. You think you played it? Man. It was pretty good. Okay. Let's swap GPUs. In the meantime. So if you're playing on a 3060, personal preference of course, I'll do 1080p quality with high settings. Medium doesn't seem to help that much because we drop GPU usage. If you want to play 1440p, balanced DLSS and medium to high settings, something like this. To stay close to what we got on 1080p, but Garfield died. No, not Garfield. But again, it's as soon as something happens in the game, you start dropping frames like crazy, and the GPU usage drops below 90%, which is not a good look. Yeah, the duck shooting game. Yeah, I played that on my TV. And Elias, sorry I didn't say hi. Blue Luck, tanto tiempo. ¿Qué haces, bro? No sé si te puedo decir, bro, pero va para ahí. Lasagna was too much for him. Yeah. Poison lasagna. I definitely chose that character because it was named Garfield. It's been a while since you tested the 750 Ti. Yeah, dude. 2 GB of VRAM is a big ask for most games. Let's go to high 1080p. And again, I would use upscaling just to have room to spare, at least in these parts. But you still drop GPU usage, so there's not much that you can do about it. Okay, 4060, and well, let's hope for the best. The 750 Ti was the reason you found this channel? Man, that's a trip. Some people that watch my 750 Ti videos told me, oh yeah, I remember watching you when I was on school, I'm now in university, and I'm like, Jesus. I'm old. Alright. Sí, hace calor, tal cual. Bien, bien. ¿Vos todo bien? Estoy cocinando mal. Yeah, I'm a granddad. Oh, but dude, good thing I have air conditioner. Otherwise, I wouldn't survive. The studio is very small. And also the PCs emit heat. The monitors have heat as well coming out of them. So in a small room with a very light roof, to say it in some way, and the sun hitting us directly, and very high humidity, doesn't help. Okay, 4060 now, RGB for 1000% FPS improvement. So let's start with 1080p high. More than high doesn't seem to be necessary, honestly. And we're going to start with DLAA, because we don't seem to be 100% GPU limited. You were 18, 19 when you first found the channel, now you're 27. Well, I started this channel a decade ago now. I've been doing videos since the 750 Ti for 10 years. So I started when I was 18. Now I'm about to be 29 next month. It feels weird when all of a sudden kids call you uncle. Man, that's so real. I met my what's the name of this? Cousin? No, not cousin. My niece? Niece? Yeah, I don't remember. The kids of my girlfriend's sister? I don't remember how to call that. Anyway, I met him when he was 3, and now he's 13, or no, 11 or 12, and the other one is about to be 14. So I met them when they were like in kindergartner, and now they're going to almost get into high school. Although I'm the cool uncle because I do YouTube videos, and they ask me, "Oh, can you show me the play button? That's so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So yeah, I'm the cool uncle right now. Yeah, I go to the gym. I also Kung Fu. I'm doing that Batman grind set. Okay, 1080p, high settings. Going higher than this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, at least in its current state. And DLAA, so we're using native res. And as usual in the menu, we're in the 20s. I don't know why. But it happened on every card so far. 10 years ago when games on anything below high looked absolutely unplayable. Yeah. Yeah, when it wasn't rare to be able to turn off shadows. Do you think the game is worth it? At the moment, no. For $30, absolutely not. Once it gets patched up and more developed, I can probably recommend it. Because it's right up my alley, actually. I like survival games. I'm not that much of an extraction shooter guy. But what I would like is that the objectives, for example, to disable the alarm in the hospital, was randomized a little bit more. I always have to go to the same spots to do basically the same things. So yeah. GPU power 112. Yeah. Makes sense. Sometimes it makes sense. It has an 8-pin connector, so we can go higher. The 4090 uses like 300 sometimes. Okay, I'm hearing the alarm. That alarm is weird. Your 3060 consumes up to 170 when DLAA is selected. Well, maybe in the menu we drop below 20 because of something that doesn't fully utilize the GPU. Although we're not VRAM limited here, so that shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, back then low settings was, I mean, remember Crisis 1 on low settings? It was worse looking than Far Cry. That's a game that you cannot play below high settings back then. But it makes sense. The performance difference was way too much. Intel HD gaming was on a different 15 FPS. Yeah, integrated graphics before was way worse. At least now with upscalers you can kind of force the game. But at the same time, bigger games are asking so much from us. It's kind of crazy. I'm sorry, this is a 4060, not a 3060. And as you can see, it's completely fine. I'm already all the way back. But again, as you can see, as I'm in the 80s, in the 70s, and you might say, oh, okay, it's fine, it runs well. Yeah, but nothing is happening at the moment. As soon as anything happens, you're like, okay, GPU usage 70%.
We're facing total regional collapse here. Thousands of lives will be lost if you can't get this under control. But you've got to make sure you're not heading in there unprepared. We've got intel on weapons and gear in several locations around the plant. We'll share more info when somebody's near. Please, hurry.
Yeah, this is not a 3060. Although we're using, I mean, I don't think it's that efficient. 100 watts seems a little bit low. Maybe it's the value is not being read correctly. The playable work light? Yeah, sure. I'll grab
That's
that.
the order of the day. Let's get on it.
Bolt? No. Yeah, bolting also is not reliable. Bueno, sí, es early access. That scared me for a second. And I remember that I could run. Sure. I gotcha. Good night. Sí, tal cual. So now, guys, as you can see, I get close to trees, my flashlight casts shadows in real time, and I start dropping below 60. Now into the 50s, into the 40s. Oops. I'm stuck, hang on. I'm calling my stepsister. Sorry, my stepbrother. Oh, great. No. Maybe if I crouch. Come on. We need an unstuck button. Where's my stepbrother? I'm stuck.
This is CRC Actual. Exercise caution inside the local bar. The location was repurposed.
Okay,
as a
I think
shelter
I got
that went
this. Come
silent.
on.
Attempts to re-establish contact have been unsuccessful.
No, I'm not getting out of here, I think. Okay, I'm stuck in the terrain. It's been fun while it lasted. Maybe if I look at the ground and I crouch jump. Dude, I'm a tester. I should be able to get out of these situations. No, I'm stuck. Oh well. Here we need the K button. Is there a suicide key? There has to be. Flashlight, crouch, shove, fire weapon. Yeah, no, there's no suicide key.
Somebody's at the church. Listen, it's gonna be rough inside, but if you can get into
Type
the
stuck.
attic with solid intel on gear up
Does
there that you'll need
that
for
do
the power
anything?
plant, get in and secure what you can.
Report and feedback. Oh, that crashes the game, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Maybe later. Ah, dude, this is so annoying. Especially in a game that has permadeath. This shouldn't happen at all. Oh. Oh well. Main menu. Hopefully I spawn closer to the hospital. Okay. Deer Hunter, Coast Guard Veteran, Track Star. With speed and endurance. Yes, please. I need to run as much as possible. ¿Este giroscope te cobra como $50 para tener mejor audio? No, ¿de qué estás hablando? What? What do you mean Call of Duty charges you $50 for better audio? What are you talking about? I'll delete the game in a bit. But, dude, this is way too raw to play. If you like going raw, that's the way to do it, but it's way too early. It's incredible how rough it is. I mean, I was expecting something rough because it's early access, but this is on a whole other level. How does the game run in general? I mean, as soon as something starts happening, you lose frames super quickly. I dropped from the 60s all the way down to the 30s just by turning on the light. Okay, sorry guys, I got disconnected for a second. I'm reconnected now. Reaction for 5070 having 12 gigs of VRAM. Does it have 12 gigs? I was expecting 8, so that's actually... Well, now that I think about it, 16 would have been more adequate. 12 gigabytes should have been the 5060. Lighthouse DLC, maybe later, we'll see. I'm still thinking about the box that I got from the Wukong devs. If I should open it on a live stream, or I should make a video with cool camera angles instead. I'm unsure. What do you guys think? Should I open the big mystery box that has merch live on a separate live stream, or should I just do a video with better quality? Yeah, already the 3070 should have had 16 gigs, I agree.
CRC actual to
Okay, I never
responder
been in
open
this part.
frequency. There was an emergency situation at the power plant. Repeat. Emergency situation at the power plant. Brownouts intensifying rapidly. Hostile contact sighted.
Open it live.
We need
Okay.
everyone to gain access to the plant and fix what's wrong
Yeah, I
with
mean,
the
according to
ASAP.
them, it was
There's a
merch,
total
but
regional collapse here. Thousands of lives will
I
be
knew I was
lost.
receiving
You
it.
can't get
I
this
got a
under
call
control.
from UPS saying, hey dude, we got a package, it's from China. And I was like, oh yeah.
We'll share more info when somebody's near.
Game Science told me they were sending me something. I didn't know what it was.
Break.
Merch.
Security locks are
But
active.
then they told me it was like
Require
6
a
kilos,
manual
and I was like,
override to
that doesn't make sense.
2 overrides are in your area.
But then I got this big box,
Unlock
so
the plant's outer gate.
I guess
Stand by for location
Customs didn't make a big fuss about it.
All right, off we go.
Yeah, I mean, considering that Nvidia heavily advertises ray tracing, you should have at least 16 gigs on the 70 series card. Okay. Was I the only one that saw that teleporting? Can I drive? Probably not. Well, that's a great point about the VRAM debacle. VRAM is what you can, the last thing that you can control on a GPU. Is soldered onto the board. Good luck increasing the size. Also, here I'm dropping a lot of frames. What the hell? $68 gigabytes incoming. Oh man, at least 10 gigs, please. The card I'm running right now, the 4060. Okay, am I closer to the objective? Yeah, the 5060 should at a minimum have 12 gigs. I mean, the 3060 already has a 12 gig version. Then Nvidia realized that they could get away with 8 gigs and started putting 8 gigs on the 60 cards. We were aware that people will buy it anyway. Look at me with an 8GB 4060.
CRC actual update.
Also, those textures
Intel on an equipment cache
take a bit of
available at
time
the
to load.
sawmill. Attempt recovery if possible.
I'll shoot them in the head. Yeah. What? Nothing. Okay. Oh man, 5060 laptops, don't get me started on laptop GPUs. At least the 4060 on laptops was actually pretty good. It's pretty close to the desktop version. It's hard to say it's a bad choice. Oh, I'm electrocuting. It's a transformer, replace the fuse. The question is, where can I find those? Oh, that's an explosive. Now let them in. I put an explosive. Did he just disarm my IED? Well, this is helping me. Never mind. He's not doing anything. I'll revive myself. Yeah, VRAM is not everything, but it's very important. Explosion! Explode! That was pretty funny. Oh, okay, they're still alive and there's a piece of brain floating around. Fuse. Okay, fuse. Oof, that hurts. Don't mind me. Okay, power is back. Now is when I should be dropping frames, actually. Run for your life! Man, those animations. Great. Every once in a while they decide to chase me. But not the other player. Yeah. Como a los servidores mejor. Yeah, the servers, guys, the servers are doing a little bit better now. There's less rubber banding. Oh, I need to rewire. Oh, never mind. Let me get into a safe spot. Here. Okay, that should do. They shouldn't be bothering me. But as you can see now, as soon as I have a couple players doing something, the enemies down here, I started dropping to half the frame rate. And look at those zombies out there doing those menacing uppies. I mean, you're telling me that this is not early development? What are we doing here? Yeah, it's familiar to people that play The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Okay, now quality DLSS. And as you can see, we're still, despite the decrease in pixel count, it's still dropping frames like crazy. And well, just look at the amount of zombies. Oh, explosive. Cool. Whee! GG, Texas.
Out of ammo. Got nothing.
Yep. So, what can I say? Sometimes it's low GPU usage, sometimes not so much. Balanced. Let's put the same settings as the 3060, which was basically medium with textures on high. So medium, mid-high, better said, something like that. Well, we get a better frame rate, still not there. This is DLSS balanced. And I'll decrease the FOB a little bit. 95 should be good. But still. And as you can see, I can stay safe by just camping in 2 feet tall environments. I don't know. It's too early. And the other player just noticed that nobody's hitting me if I stay up here. Yeah, that's alright, you can heal up. But again, as soon as something starts happening, you drop frames like crazy. There we go, a piece of brain just stays in the air now. Oh, they got me through the wall, that's okay. I was alive for way too long.
Round 2, let's go. On your feet, soldier.
On your feet, soldier, we are leaving.
Gotta go.
Now, it's not 100% abandoned, but it works well. When it stops working, of course, we're going to try something else. How are they still alive? What the hell? Hold on, can I just interact with the panel from up here? No, I don't think so. Oh wait, they turned the lights on. I'm an idiot. Okay, somebody did it before I noticed. Yeah, I mean he's talking about Afterburner, that the main developer apparently is not getting paid to support. Oh, what is this? Oh, stop! Get the frick away from me! Great, I'm the best. I'm the best player. No, it's that the developer apparently is not getting paid to work on Afterburner, classic MSI. So he wasn't doing updates or anything. It's like in maintenance mode, to say it in some way. So it's not in active development, but it still works. Some of the heavy lifting is being done by Riva Tuner, actually. Okay, I turned into a zombie. Yeah, no, this is definitely not worth $30. At least not right now. It's crazy that it released in such a poor state. Oh, this is too early.
I'm healing.
Anyway,
Cover me.
what would I do if I was playing this game and the game got patches? Well, if you're doing 1080p, you can do quality DLSS or DLAA at high settings. If you want 1440p, you can do balanced DLSS on medium to high settings. Mostly medium, I'd say. You should be above 60, but as soon as something happens, it can drop stupidly low to like 30 FPS. Which I think is ridiculous. But hey, what can you do? It is what it is. At least right now. But I'm super disappointed. I was expecting way more. I mean, after seeing what the first one was about. I mean, this one was very popular, the original. It's a mod of Half-Life 2, like many games started. Checking the original game. So since this is the source engine, this first one, it's probably going to run at 4K, no problem. But let me leave a review for this one, because this is overwhelmingly negative. Oh my god, how surprising. Let's leave a review. Would you recommend this game? No. Did I get this product for free? Yes. Thanks to Torn Banner Studios for providing a code of the game. I cannot wait for patches. This is earliest access. The first earliest access game. Okay. Let's see what people have to say. Okay, I don't speak this language. Good game in theory, needs a bit more time in the oven, but I have hope. I agree, but that's not a reason to get a good review in my opinion. First 10 minutes, 1 minute of unskippable cutscene, minute 3 makes it into main screen to see headless model. Why is it a positive review? You're a veteran on No More Room in Hell 1, favorite zombie game of all time. Poor design choices in the second game. Overall pretty solid, however the networking is horrible. I agree with this one. Too many bugs to count. Yeah, I mean, if they can polish it, because right now I think mostly is technical issues. It has potential, but it's too early, way too early. So yeah, and the game doesn't look like this. This is yeah, no. On a still image maybe. But these screenshots, yeah, no. Maybe in the 1.0 version, but definitely looks nothing even close to this. No. Maybe in the 1.0 version. Let's try the original. Let's see what this is about. I played it 30 minutes in 2018, but I didn't know what I was doing. By the way, the original is free to play. Oh man, look at this menu. Dude. That's so cool. I feel like I'm entering CS 1.6. Oops, wrong resolution. I keep forgetting that my desktop is set to 1440p. Ah, whatever, let's play the game at 1440. Yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, Half-Life menu is just way too legendary. Sometimes when I changed resolution in Source games and I had the overlay, it actually broke the... when I Alt-Tab out of the game, it broke some stuff. Let's try that again. But see, not always games work perfectly. There we go. Okay, options. Try to squint. Here we're at 4K. Let me go to the highest settings. Anti-aliasing 4 times. Let's do 2 times MSIA. It's a little bit overkill. Motion blur, yes. Hardware level DX9 plus. Oh. Insanity. Okay, there's people playing, obviously. Let's create a server. Don't show again. Difficulty classic, casual. And a random map. I don't know what I'm doing. By the way, I'm playing at 4K. Sí, tal cual. Esta es una antigüedad. Yeah, it's an old game. Yeah, I mean... It actually looks pretty good. All things considered. Sensitivity is a little bit too high. Okay. I can definitely see elements from the second game. When it comes to how they highlight the weapons and all that. I don't know how to turn on the flashlight though. There we go. And it actually casts shadows as well. That's awesome. What the hell? Find a way to open the door? Sure. I see that the... Okay.
I got 1 magazine left.
This is definitely old. But this is where the game came from. I'm probably not supposed to kill everyone. But obviously the performance was going to be better. The Mac 10. Yeah, definitely. Just like in real life, you run out of ammo in 2 seconds.
I got 2 magazines left.
Ah, gracias Miguel. F. ¿Cómo con F? Ah, armas pequeñas, ok. Gotcha. Ammo, Ruger, knife. So if I hit F... Ah, there we go. Okay, thanks for the heads up.
That was my last magazine.
Also, let me see... I mean, this was just to see if the game actually works. This is... Well, No More Room in Hell 1. This is a Source game, so it was basically a mod for Half-Life 2. It's free to play right now. I'll probably recommend if you're hungry for survival zombie stuff that you go for this one. I'm playing on casual. There's a classic mode as well. But it's free, it's still getting updates. And there's a button to shoot you in the face. If I hit K, I can just I can just do that. At least I get my guns back. Okay, I'm done. You can definitely just look at this, guys. I have this rifle. I hit K. Okay, it's done. we go together. That's hilarious, man. You can only do that in VR games. So anyway, the original actually got an update yesterday, I think. 2 days ago. 2 days ago we got a new patch for the original. And the original is completely free to play. My advice right now is to wait for patches. I'll play this again later. Because this is, yeah, I get it, it's early access, whatever, but it's $30 and it's one of the earliest access when it comes to a technical standpoint. And let's be honest, the game doesn't look like this. This is more realistic, but the player characters don't look that good. Yeah, no, the zombies don't have these facial expressions. Definitely this doesn't look like that. Yeah, especially this. No. I didn't delete any comments. I don't have that much of a foresight. The VRAM is still over 16. Okay, so maybe we're over the VRAM limit. Maybe there's a VRAM leak. But this is the, again, earliest, like I put in the review, earliest access game. It's not the first though. Let me edit that. Earliest access. So yeah, I do think it has potential. It's interesting to have one map with some very small randomness to it. Again, in theory, it should be pretty good, but the technical issues just, especially the server rubber banding, I was trying to run and I was like spawning behind. I don't know how to explain it. It was like running, but my character went back, so running was actually slower than walking. So yeah, we need patches for this. I'll be happy to revisit it once it goes out of early access. But right now it's too early. Way too early. I mean, just look at the roadmap. One of the big ones is performance improvements, and I'm thinking they can pretty quickly improve on performance by limiting the amount of shadow casting lights. Well, that's just a guess, of course. Items might be subject to change or cancellation, as usual, yeah. But right now, no. Just play the original at the moment. Will you do the Call of Duty campaign test? Yeah, on Friday. On Friday we're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So yeah, at the moment I would say no. I'll wait for the game being developed more. This is way too early. If you're hungry for No More Room in Hell, play the original. It's free to play. It runs significantly better, obviously. It's an older game. But it's still getting support, which is good to see. And well, once the second one hits 1.0 or a big milestone on an update, we're going to check it out again. But at the moment, to me, it's a no-go. Just ignore it for now. I'll ping you once we get a good amount of updates, because this game needs it very badly. So yeah, this kills the hype for me as well. Yeah, it's a disappointment. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad technically, especially when it comes to servers. I was at 20 milliseconds of ping, and the game played like I was with 1000 milliseconds. Now in this case, max settings versus high wasn't a big difference. Medium, you start to notice lower resolution shadows, but ultra in this game doesn't make a lot of sense to me. In most games it's like that, but on this one, high is more than enough. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Well, I didn't enjoy it much really. I was pretty disappointed. I was very hopeful for that, but I want to play the original now. I'm curious, especially on Steam Deck. I'll try this on Steam Deck just to cross it off the list. But yeah, on the Steam Deck it's going to be rough. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Tomorrow probably on the Steam Deck. Bye guys, thanks for watching.